Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there. Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 24th.
And yes, it's been a very busy day for RJ and earlier Mike, and of course Justin as well, because it's all about the weather today.
All right, Justin is here with the very latest on what's been an active weather day.
Very busy overnight. Picked up some hail in spots, some very heavy rain, some flooding in spots, and we're still seeing some of that, although it's beginning to wind down, at least here in San Antonio. Now, if you're watching us from places like Gonzales or Howattsville, down to Cuero, still very active. We're getting these good downpours. There are some lightning strikes mixed in here. In fact, I'll turn on the lightning, and you can see where these white lines show up. That's where we're detecting some electricity, and certainly a lot of it as you get out towards Howattsville with some of these stronger cells. Cuero, seeing some very heavy rain right now. None of this is severe, but we, as I said, did see a little bit of hail overnight, especially across parts of northern Atascosa County, southern Bexar County. Not much here as far as hail goes within the city of San Antonio. Let's take a little closer look at San Antonio right now. And we do have a few showers here and there, maybe a heavier one trying to move in on the southwest side, but for the most part, things are quieting down, at least for now. We do have more rain on the way. It is going to get active, I think, again tonight. And look at this. We are now over 6 inches of rain for the year. It took us until April 20th last year to get this much rain. Pretty incredible. And as I said, we may just add to it. Look at the forecast here. So the rain starts to shift east by midday. I think we'll see a little break this afternoon, but tonight another little piece of energy comes through. That means more showers and storms starting during the evening hours and continuing through about midnight or so. Once that moves away, though, then we are done with the rain, at least for a little while. We'll get some clearing skies on Thursday. So our forecast today, we'll keep in about a 40% chance of rain midday into the afternoon, but it comes back up tonight, 70% by 8, 9 o'clock. And look for more pockets of heavy rain tonight. There is a flash flood watch in effect for our eastern counties. We're going to get into all of that and talk about the weekend, too, here in just a few minutes. But now over to RJ. Busy morning for you, sirs. The water receding and all.
Yeah, well, it is, Justin. A lot of our high water locations that we had blocked off earlier, it appears as if we have gotten some things smoothed out there. And as you mentioned earlier, things are winding down. But still, obviously, if you do see something out there and you do see standing water, be careful if you are headed out through many parts of our area. Take a look here at TransGuide traffic cameras. See right there, I-10 Proba. That's actually what we're going to talk about. Good that we got that camera there, because we had a stalled vehicle being reported eastbound at Probant, but it appears as we have cleared out that area. That's good news there for our drivers on the south side. Also here, a stalled vehicle Loop 410 eastbound at Harry Wurzbach Road. So we were seeing some delays going all the way back to 35, but traffic seems to be moving pretty smooth in that area. A little bit further south of that, closer east, kind of northeast side, again, northbound lanes 410 at Ben Ziegelman. We had a stalled vehicle there as well. So the other big thing we were following throughout the morning was that we had an SAPD unit that got stuck at Salado Creek. So we're looking at some video there that our photojournalist shot earlier this morning. Katrina Weber and our photojournalist Santiago Esparza were out there earlier, and you saw that this SAPD officer was out there. Apparently, what we were hearing is that the officer went there to try and block that intersection or that frontage road, and ultimately, unfortunately, got stuck. Now, the officer is okay. Everyone is okay, but they are not going to remove that vehicle until some of those waters recede. So if we come back out to me here, let's see if we could find that camera real quick. Okay, here we are. So this is a live look at I-35 there, the frontage road there at Salado Creek. We still see that SAPD unit out there. Again, this officer was going out there because water was rising very quickly in this area. For people that live around here, they do know that this is usually the case. He was trying to actually block this and unfortunately got his unit stuck there. But that officer is okay, so that is good news for that officer, and we will see this vehicle cleared out there once that water recedes. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. Well, Monday we saw many high water areas around the city, and yesterday we actually caught up with a family that had to be rescued from rising waters along Highway 151.
That family still rattled by the whole ordeal, and as John Paul Barajas tells us, they say that water caught them off guard.
There's our car. Now the difference is night and day, but early Monday morning, drivers struggle to see this stretch of the 151 frontage road near Wiseman Boulevard.
How dark it is, like you could not see. There's no way you'd have seen that water. So I went from just where it was just water on the road to immediately it was up at the hood, and there's water splashing. My car was already like going into it.
Dee Heigl says she was on the road around 1 in the morning on Monday because her daughter Riley had a high fever. Dee was trying to take Riley to the Christus Children's Emergency Center just up the hill from the frontage road.
And I hear the like swooshing, and I look down, I have my light on my phone, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's water coming in.
Water got up to the seats, but firefighters came to the rescue and were able to carry Dee, Riley, and Riley's sister Nayeli away from the water.
They said, I'm sorry it's cold, but I said it's not cold, I'm just scared.
No, she was shaking.
More than 24 hours later, the family's safe. Riley's feeling better, and they're able to laugh about the experience.
That was like the first thing I came out. She's like, I can't swim, Mom. I was like, you're fine.
I could swim if it's up to the tires, but if it's up to the doors, I cannot.
But Dee's Christmas gift, a 2024 Subaru Ascent, is now totaled. Tough loss after a situation she wishes she could have avoided.
I'm upset about it because I'm like, why is it so dark out there?
As you look down this stretch of the 151 frontage road, there's not a street light in sight, leaving this area in front of Christus Santa Rosa pitch black. And you can also see that there are street lights in the process of going up. Unfortunately for Heigl and others, it wasn't soon enough. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Glad they're okay.
Yes, here is today's 9 at 9. A San Antonio man is dead after ramming into a police car and firing shots at SAPD officers. The officers were doing a welfare check at a home on South Flores Street after they received a call about a woman who had been killed by her significant other. That's when the suspect showed up and the deadly encounter happened. SAPD Chief William McManus says the suspect had a criminal history with 10 arrests, several of which were for violent crimes.
12 men were arrested during an SAPD undercover operation. Police say the men tried to meet up with minors for sex online. They also said the operation led to 15 additional suspects, but they're waiting on warrants to arrest them.
The results of the New Hampshire primary are in, and former President Donald Trump won the state by double digits, but Nikki Haley says she's not giving up her fight. Turnout was higher than expected, but experts have said if Haley can't win in New Hampshire, a state where independents can vote in the primary, then she may find the road ahead quite challenging.
The CEO of Boeing is on Capitol Hill today to meet with lawmakers. The FAA is asking airlines to check door plugs on their MAX 737-9 planes. It says so far, the aircraft design appears to be okay, but a manufacturing error like loose bolts could be the problem. The affected aircraft remains grounded. Boeing says it will pause production at the plant that makes 737-9s tomorrow for quality control.
Union membership for workers is down this year, which may be surprising news since unions have won massive pay raises for UPS drivers, auto workers, and pilots in recent months. Union jobs relative to the whole labor market dropped 0.1% to reach a record low of 10%. Meanwhile, non-union jobs continue to grow faster.
More changes at the Netflix. The streaming service is phasing out the $12 per month ad-free package. That means the latest expensive option without ads will soon cost more than $15 per month. Netflix also says it signed up 13 million new subscribers late last year, beating expectations.
Tesla may be planning a new model for next year. The most valuable car company in the world is preparing to start production in mid-2025 on a new compact crossover that could start as low as $25,000. Right now, Tesla's cheapest model is closer to $40,000.
eBay is trimming back on its staff, planning to lay off about 9% of its workforce. It's been facing rising competition from Amazon, Walmart, and several Chinese platforms.
Google Chrome is rolling out new AI tools to help organize and customize your browser. The Tab Organizer will bundle similar items for easier access. Another AI upgrade will automatically generate browser themes to match images you choose. And coming soon, a feature to help you write first drafts. And that's today's 9 at 9. 9:07, 58 degrees. Coming up on GMSA at 9.
Since 1982, a local nonprofit has been helping families with children facing serious health or developmental challenges. Our Tiffany Huertas is going to share the latest addition to the Any Baby Can campus that they hope brings happiness to those who visit them.
If you missed Justin's weather update at the top of the newscast, here's a live look at radar right now with some storms mainly northeast of San Antonio and well to our east, but he says we're not quite done this week. We'll talk to him coming up.
And don't forget to download the KSAT Weather Authority app. Comes in handy. And to get the latest forecast at your fingertips, you can scan this QR code on your screen right now to download it for free. So we're going to leave this up for a little bit so you have time to do that. And we're going to be right back with a weather update from Justin after this commercial break. Welcome back. It's 9/11. It's been a very rainy morning and overnight. Also noisy. I'm surprised my little one slept through all that thunder. You know what? It was a lot of trouble on the roadways as well. It looks like this shot's not too bad right now, though, Justin.
No, it looks okay. The rain's kind of stopped there at the airport, but you're right about it being a busy night. It was loud. We had thunder, we had lightning, we had all of it. Even a little bit of severe weather as you get down into the southern parts of Bexar County. Let me show you the radar right now. You'll notice we've got 2 flash flood warnings that are still going. This one here over Bexar County and San Antonio goes for another 4 minutes, 3 minutes. It's going to expire at 9:15. But you've got this flash flood warning where we've seen just a ton of rain overnight, and this one's going to go until noontime. So if you're watching us from Gonzales up to LaGrange, this is where we have had some pretty serious issues overnight as far as rainfall goes, and it's added up to 4, 5, 6 inches just within the time frame of last night. So let me pause it real quick, and I'm going to switch it over to 24-hour rainfall totals, at least the estimates, and yeah, you can see there it's that corridor between Gonzales and LaGrange where we just picked up a ton of rain. The radar's estimating around 7 inches. So some of the rivers here, rivers and creeks, are swelling a little bit, and we're gonna have to watch that closely. But that's why that flash flood warning is in effect there. I'm gonna switch it back to radar. We're gonna go over to San Antonio here, and you'll see that the rain, for the most part, is winding down. I'll take off this flash flood warning since it's going away. We still do have a few showers here and there, and even a little bit of a lightning strike there along 1604 on the city's south side. Looks like we jumped around there, and I'm going to put it back to the home base, spin it around. Hopefully that didn't make you dizzy. All right, let's go back one more time, and I'll show you that shower. Yes, there's a little bit of a lightning strike there along 1604, just the east of Somerset, along Highway 16. We're seeing a little bit of rain. And I think we're going to continue to see a few more showers and storms, but just not as widespread as last night. Most of the action, again, right now is east of San Antonio. If you're watching from Kennedy, Cuero, Gonzales, over to Hallettsville, that's where most of the rain is right now. There is a flood watch for those areas until noon today. Could be extended with the idea that we may get some more rain tonight. This does not include San Antonio, but we still want to be on the lookout for some of those low water crossings, I should say, because we know that the water's high in those spots, and we've seen that throughout the morning. Well, let me show you how much rain we've seen since Sunday, okay? So we're going to look at the aggregate here. We've seen a lot of it. Around San Antonio, 4.87 inches now. That is an incredible number. We add that to what we've seen earlier in the month, and we're talking over 6 inches. Hallettsville at 5.22, and adding to that as we speak, Smiley over 5 inches. Unfortunately, further west you go, the lower the numbers have been. Not so great for Kerrville and Rock Springs. But I will point out that this good rain, for the most part, has fallen over this drought-stricken area. So that red color, that's the drought monitor, and it shows where we've had sort of the worst of it when it comes to drought conditions, and that has been across Bexar County and Comal County. And so these numbers are huge. They're going to go a long way into helping us. And I mentioned this off the top of the show, but we're over 6 inches now, second wettest January all time, and we still got more to add to it. There is a low still out to our west. Piece of energy is going to rotate around this low and feed through tonight. And so as it does, I think that we'll get some more rain. This first batch you see here stretching from San Antonio to Houston moves east. But then as we get into tonight, that's when we'll start to see some more development. I'll fast forward here to 5 o'clock out west. So Del Rio, Eagle Pass, you'll get a chance to get in on some of the rain finally. And this scoots east. And so by 7 o'clock, starting to see more rain here around San Antonio, even through about midnight. I think we could add to our rainfall totals before this all sweeps east by tomorrow morning. Thursday will be a quieter day. Rain's out of the picture. We'll have another small chance coming up on Friday, and then a great weekend. So today we'll bring rain chances down a little bit noontime through the afternoon to 40%. Notice temperatures don't warm up much. They stay pretty steady right at about 60. But the rain chances come back up tonight, 70% into the evening hours. and we'll have a good shot overnight. 62 tomorrow after some morning fog, 68 Friday after some morning fog, and then windy and a little cooler on Saturday, 65. Some chilly mornings, but nice afternoons as we get into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week, guys.
Thank you very much, Justin. Well, in the past year, a local nonprofit Helping Families in Need has seen almost 10,000 people come through its doors. And now they have a new safe and outdoor space for them to relax where children can play.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from Any Baby Can of San Antonio, which provides different services for families who have children with special health care needs. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. A big celebration is taking place here. Just check it out. This is why they're gathering here this morning. This is the official opening of their new playground that families and children in our community will be able to enjoy. And of course, when it's not raining. And we have the CEO of the nonprofit, Elise Bernal, with us today to talk more about this beautiful playground. Good morning. Tell us, how is this all possible?
Good morning. Thank you. So it's all possible because of generous donors. So this is an amazing project from Kingdom for Kids. That is an initiative of the downtown San Antonio Rotary that involved Rick Cavender and the Najum Family Foundation funded this. It is an ADA accessible playground, so children of all abilities, regardless of wheelchair or not, can play on this playground in a safe and fun environment.
Last year, tens of thousands of families have been through here. Tell us about the impact and services that you all have.
Yes, unfortunately, the demand for our services is constantly going up. So we touched about 10,000 people last year. That's mainly through serving all medical diagnoses at no charge to families who come to us for help, for case management, for autism services, for prescription assistance, and then for bereavement if any family ever goes through the loss of a child. So we're here to stand by those families in a very holistic way.
And we've met some of those families that have been impacted and done stories in the past. Now, a big celebration is also happening in April. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so April the 20th at Palo Alto College, we have our 20th anniversary walk for autism. So it's also a fiesta event, because we know that's coming up soon, where we have about 7,000 people who are coming together to take a stand to say we are with the autism community. Here has a lot of resources in the community to help folks get access to care, to get access to doctors if they need that. But it's really a special celebration to make sure that anybody who's facing autism is not facing that alone, and that they understand that our community cares.
I love coming here because the love, you can feel it when you step inside here. Congratulations. What a beautiful playground. We're going to show you a little bit more coming up on the noon show. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Tiffany.
9:19, 58 degrees.
A warning for those who use payment apps like Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App. The changes one of the nation's top prosecutors wants to be made to avoid fraud incidents.
In your morning headlines, a young woman's killer claimed it was an accident. The jury at his trial didn't believe it. Their verdict coming up.
Plus, a warning about those payment apps, and those cicadas are going to make history this spring. David Sears is here with your morning headlines.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Maybe louder than normal? Could be. We'll
More.
explain that coming up in just a second. But first, a tragic case of wrong place, wrong time. The New York man Kevin Mahanan has been found guilty of shooting and killing 21-year-old girl who ended his life in the driveway that night. Kaylin Gillis was with some friends. They were in two cars. Gillis was the passenger in one of the cars. When they pulled into a driveway, they thought it was the home of another friend. It wasn't. Mahanan's driveway is where they ended up, and his lawyer claims that Mohammed felt threatened when those kids were in the driveway. He fired a warning shot into the air, but then his lawyer says he stumbled, tripped, and that caused him to fire off another round, and that one hit Gillis and killed her. The defense said the prosecution's photo didn't show the tripping. The jury didn't buy any of it. They deliberated for 2 hours, came back with a guilty verdict, second-degree murder, reckless endangerment, and tampering with evidence. Mahanan is 66. He faces up to 25 years to life in prison. He will be sentenced in March. If you use Venmo, Zelle, or Cash App, heads up. One of the nation's top prosecutors has got a warning about fraud for you. Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan DA, is pushing those payment apps to take some action to protect users against fraud. He has sent a letter to the companies warning them about a rise in illegal behavior because, as he sees it, there is insufficient security measures. Since those apps have become more popular over the years, so has frauds and scams.
If I put my hand in your pocket 20 years ago, I might pull out $20. But unlike, 20, 30 years ago, if I get a hold of that, I might have all your life savings.
Yeah, Bragg wants the apps to add multi-factor authentication, limit the amount of money users can send, and have wait times for larger transfers. Apple trying to stay ahead of the criminals. That company has rolled out its new stolen device protection feature. There has to be face or touch ID for certain actions, and it puts a time delay on password changes. All right, you know about those cicadas, the loud, obnoxious bugs that park themselves all over your yard, up in your trees. They make a lot of racket. They even keep some of you up at night. Well, here's some good news and bad news. So let's start with the bad. They are coming back with a vengeance this spring. Two types, the Great Southern Brood and the Northern Illinois Brood, going to come together for the first time since 1803. Oh, joy. It's called the dual emergence. According to those in the know, there will be about 1 trillion of these little buggers in late April. They'll be around for about 6 weeks. Folks in the Midwest and Southeast will be a part of the rare event. They will show up, molt. The males will buzz around to find a mate. The noise will blow the lid off the noise meter. They'll eventually die off. Here's the good news. It won't happen again until 221 years from now. So we'll all be down in the ground with the bugs. Together again, the dual emergence will not happen at all in Texas, according to the Smithsonian Magazine. Some cicadas surface every year. We know that. We get them. But usually they stay underground for like 13 to 17 years before they all come out. But this is not going to happen for a while. And by the way, this is mostly going to happen like in Illinois, the virgins.
Right.
When they come together, mostly be in Illinois. So
okay.
I'm sure we'll have our usuals.
So north and south sounds like it's going to be a cicada civil war in some places, right?
Somewhere
okay.
in there. So, but they molt and they leave their little skin everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I left one on the side of my house. So when they come back this year, they can look and go, oh, that's Fred. We don't want to get on the house. We'll be left.
It's a warning.
My warning for these guys. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Stay away from the Sears house.
It's an idea.
Cicada scarecrow. Thank you, David. 9:26, 58 degrees. A lot more ahead on TMSA at 9.
Including our first Educator of the Month for 2024. I'm going to share what makes this Northeast ISD teacher special and how she connects with her students.
But before that, a recap of last night's New Hampshire primary and what the results mean going forward.
And a quick look at our radar there. You can see rain has been moving through our area. We're going to get a check-in with Justin very soon.
Former President Donald Trump took a huge step toward winning a third Republican presidential nomination yesterday, clinching the New Hampshire primary.
But his last challenger standing, former governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, vows to stay in the race. CNN's Gloria Pazmino joins us live from Manchester, New Hampshire, with the latest on the GOP primary race.
Good morning, Gloria.
Good morning, Mark. Stephanie, former President Donald Trump certainly appears to be well on his way to securing the Republican nomination after decisive wins here in New Hampshire and in Iowa just a couple of days ago. He is making history along the way. Never before has a candidate won 2 back-to-back races like this. Nikki Haley, the only challenger still in the race, really facing an uphill battle to make the case to supporters and to donors that she still has a pathway to the nomination. Former President Donald Trump.
Well, I want to thank everybody. This is a fantastic state.
Taking another huge step towards winning a third consecutive Republican presidential nomination Tuesday. His victory, a blow to his former UN ambassador's chances.
And just a little note to Nikki. She's not going to win.
But Nikki Haley vows she's staying in the race.
Today we got close to half of the vote. We still have a ways to go, but we keep moving up.
And she's setting her sights on her home state.
This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go. And the next one is my sweet state of South Carolina.
Voters there, however, say it'll be an uphill battle for their former governor.
I think it would be a very tough road for her.
I don't see a pathway forward in a state like South Carolina and other states ahead for after the South Carolina primary.
Despite facing 91 criminal counts across 4 different ongoing court cases, Trump's second resounding win is likely cementing his nomination. On the trail in Virginia Tuesday, the incumbent president said he's ready to take on Trump.
Are you ready to defend democracy? Are you ready to protect our freedoms? And are you ready to win this election?
Biden and his party are already turning their attention to the general election. The president issued a statement last night saying he expects Trump to become the Republican nominee. He also is dispatching 2 senior White House aides to begin taking over the campaign. They're going to try to make this race into a debate over whether the former president, who's facing criminal indictments and 4 different cases against him, is fit to be in the White House. We are live in Manchester. I'm Gloria Pasmino. Mark, Stephanie, back to you.
Nikki Haley didn't manage to get a win, but talk about the margin here. What does it say about voters there in New Hampshire and how this process might play out in the coming weeks, Gloria?
Well, the difference between the two was certainly one of the things that the Haley campaign was looking to, if not getting a win. Obviously, that was the objective here. They fell short of that. But the margin here is significant. Trump is ahead by nearly 11 points. That's not a small difference. So she was hoping to get a lot closer, and she didn't, not even by appealing to the state's independent undeclared voters. That was supposed to be the wide appeal here, but it seems like that strategy didn't quite work for her. So it's going to be hard for her campaign and for Haley to make the argument that there's still a path forward here. She wants to go on to South Carolina, but the reality is that that's a place where Trump already has a lot of support, including from the current governor and the congressional delegation, and a place where he has historically performed well. Still, Nikki Haley trying to say that she wants to keep this fight going, but we'll see what happens over the next few days, because the difference here was pretty significant, and the polls suggest that we will see a similar outcome, if not even a more drastic difference between Trump and Haley in South Carolina.
All right. Thank you, Gloria Pasmino from CNN live in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Back here at home outside with live cam. Showers and storms last night into very early this morning. Taking a look at current conditions out at San Antonio International Airport. Justin says some of our worst storms arrived in our area between about 1 and 3 this morning.
That's exactly right. We had some severe thunderstorm warnings and some hail. I want to show you the hail tracker. This is from around 1 to 2 a.m. this morning. And basically, we saw that path of hail extend from Pearsall up to approximately southern Bexar County. So this purple color you see here is the hail swath, and when you get into the darker colors, that's where we probably saw some bigger hail. We got some pictures on our KSAT Connect. This one out of Bigfoot. You see the hail is coming down, a lot of it, but not so big, at least in that picture. But as we look at some of the other pictures, yeah, they started to get a little bit larger. That looks like maybe close to golf ball size hail, maybe a little bit larger than that, and that looks to be right in the middle of that swath. And then this shows some quarter-size hail blanketing a yard. Then as we get up into Bexar County, we had this picture coming out of quarter-size hail. So it was rather large, did do a little bit of damage, at least from some of the pictures that we saw. And that, again, was overnight last night. I think the threat for hail is certainly winding down. The aquifer really responding now. It's up 1.2. It's up something like 4 feet since we started this rain event. We're up to 644.3. That's great news. We're still well below average, but we're really seeing leaps and bounds with the good numbers there in the aquifer. Molds are high today, 6,710. That's a change from yesterday. Mountain cedar did go away, so the rain finally did its job, but unfortunately it's boosted molds. There's a look at the radar right now. We still got some showers and storms out there, and we still got a few here around San Antonio, so I'll put this into motion, and let's look a little bit closer, because we did just detect, I just got a detection of a lightning strike here near the station with our KSAT weather app, and you see it. There's the storm right there. So if you're watching from around Palo Alto College, you've got a good downpour coming down right now on 410, and this is stretching up towards downtown, just southeast of downtown, but starting to cross over Highway 37, moving towards Highland Park and just to the south and east of Breckenridge High School. So we're going to keep an eye on this little cell here. That's going to create some more rain. Still could see some high water in spots too. And oh, by the way, we're not done yet. More showers and storms tonight. We'll look at that forecast for you here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah, I swear I just heard a few rumbles moments ago here at the station downtown. So rain continues in spots around town. The roads are still wet, but unbelievably, as of 9:37, there are no accidents showing up on the TxDOT website. We still have high water reported at 90 and Leon Creek, and then this spot over at 35 and Salado Creek. And at last check, I think that's still the SAPD unit in those floodwaters from earlier this morning. Another unit is out there right now keeping an eye on the scene. Well, new details from our big story yesterday. A murder suspect found in Natalia where he took his own life.
The story making national headlines because the suspect was accused of multiple murders near Chicago. Our Courtney Freeman explains how investigators from Illinois tracked him down here and how he again escaped their grasp, this time forever.
We had a lot of questions. When did this shooting spree start? Did he know anyone in Texas? And how did those Texas plates make it on that vehicle? I got a lot of answers today.
We now know 23-year-old Romeo Nance went on his shooting spree on Sunday in the city of Joliet outside of Chicago. 9 total people were shot. 8 died. They believe the first shootings were at 2 houses across the street from each other.
Blood located on the front of the door and fresh gunshot wounds to the door.
Monday morning, they found 5 bodies in one house, 2 in the other. Joliet Police Chief Bill Evans confirmed those 7 people, ranging in age from 14 to 47, were related to Nance.
As to exactly what type of relationship there was within the family, right now we're still sorting through that.
2 shootings after that seemed to be random. One person died, the other lived.
By around 8 p.m., a helicopter had located the suspect vehicle on I-35, and Texas law enforcement was mobilizing additional resources to stop the vehicle.
By then, Nance's red Toyota Camry had new Texas license plates.
We do think that he stopped at a mall someplace in Texas, and he was able to steal some Texas license plates and put them on the vehicle to throw off law enforcement.
It didn't work. Officers caught up to him in Natalia at the Chubby's Travel Center near I-35 and FM 471.
Task force officers with the United States Marshals Service observed Mr. Nance armed with a firearm fleeing from the vehicle. It's at that time they gave chase to him. He rounded the corner around the gas station and decided to take his life.
So far, investigators don't believe Nance had any connections or family here in Texas, but I did confirm that the Texas Rangers are now leading the investigation, and they're going to continue looking into that. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
9:39, 58 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
And recently, we visited a 4th grade classroom where even before the students and teacher walked in, we knew it was going to be a good time. So coming up, we are going to meet this 4th grade teacher who is our Educator of the Month and tells us she makes it a priority to make learning fun.
And checking out ZooCam this morning over at the Crane exhibit where it's a wet day, but rain or shine, it's always a fine day to visit the San Antonio Zoo.
All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at the radar because we've got another storm starting to work into San Antonio. Not severe, but it's going to drop some good rain, and you're going to hear more lightning or hear more thunder, see more lightning with this as it moves through off to the north and east. So let's take a little closer look. If you're watching us from just east of downtown, that's where the heaviest of the rain is right now. So this is I-10 here. It's right along I-10, just north of Highland Park, right there. Near Rigsby Avenue, where we're getting some of the heaviest of the rain. It's just about to pass over Walters, and this will continue to work off to the north and east. It's kind of an elongated cell here. It'll cross over Commerce and then work its way up towards the Frost Bank Center. So that's where some heavy rain is already now, but it will move in even more so here within the next 5 to 10 minutes. Now, if you're watching us from, say, Southtown, you're just on the edge of this, same for Breckenridge High School and even downtown. We're getting a few showers where we are at KSAT, but the heavy rain is just to our east. And this trails down to the south near Harlandale High School. And then back down towards Palo Alto College, just to give you an idea. It's kind of lining up along I-35, but making its way off to the north and east. So that's kind of the one cell I'm watching right now. Again, not severe, but likely packing a punch in the sense that it will be fairly electrical and it will put down some good heavy rain. We've already seen that. Let's look at some of the rainfall rates, and that'll even give us a better idea of just how heavy this storm is at the moment, and we'll switch it over to the rainfall rate, and then I'll zoom in. It's right along I-10 there where the rain looks to be at its heaviest, where you see that purple color, and we're talking 5 inches per hour. So you're not going to pick up 5 inches because it's not going to sit there for an hour, but it is coming down in buckets. If you're traveling in those areas, know that the windshield wipers will get some good use here for the next 30 minutes or so. So that's kind of the one cell we're watching here over San Antonio. I'm going to switch it back to radar real quick because I don't want to leave out the folks that are watching off to the east of San Antonio. That's where we've seen a lot of heavy rain this morning. Now, it is starting to taper off some, but Gonzales over to Hallettsville, you're still getting quite a bit of rain, lightning, and thunder at this point, and that's going to add to already flooding conditions. We've had some reports coming out of Gonzales County of some of the roads being underwater there. As far as our forecast goes in San Antonio, rain's going to start to wind down a little bit, I think. A little bit later this morning, we'll get a break and then more showers and storms coming up tonight. There is a flood watch in effect for our eastern counties. This does not include San Antonio, but I still want to watch very closely any additional storms that develop because ground's saturated. Any additional rain can cause some issues. Right now, we've got wet conditions outside. The rain's not falling at the airport, though. 58 degrees there, 57 New Braunfels, Bernie 55, Kerrville 55, and don't expect temperatures to move much today. Here's why we're getting the rain. Another upper level low moving towards Texas. Another piece of energy with this will swing through tonight. This initial batch will move east, but I think we'll get some redevelopment a little bit later today. So here's one of our computer models, and it shows at noontime, yeah, we still have a few showers, but the heavy stuff is moving away. And then by 5 o'clock, here we go again. More showers and storms developing. Places like Del Rio and Eagle Pass, you actually could get in on the rain this go round. And then it works towards San Antonio by, say, 7 o'clock and sticks around through about midnight. This is when we could pick up maybe an additional ½ inch to an inch of rain. It's possible with this, and so we're going to have to watch that flood threat. By tomorrow morning, though, this all gets out of here, and then the sun will try to pop out, at least for the afternoon on Thursday. Our forecast today, 40% chance of rain noon through about 5 o'clock, and then we'll bring the rain chances back up 70% as we head into tonight and look for temperatures to hover right around 60 today. That better chance of rain overnight, and then 62 Thursday, 68 Friday, small chance Friday evening with a cold front. Then it turns windy and cooler and we clear out. The air gets much drier. 65 Saturday, 65 Sunday, and some great weather to start next week.
Educator of the Month, brought to you by First Mark Credit Union.
Well, making learning fun, that is a priority for our recipient of KSAT's Educator of the Month for January. Amy Dodge is a 4th grade teacher at Hidden Forest Elementary at Northeast ISD, and she tells us when the kids start having fun in the classroom, that's when everything else falls into place.
We'd like to present to you Educator of the Month Award for January.
Amy Dodge is being honored as KSAT's Educator of the Month.
So, domo arigato.
And when you walk into her 4th grade classroom,
this was a great experience for our teacher.
You already know it's going to be fun.
We have a trampoline. We have a stationary bike with a desk attached the kids can work on. And we have a tent they can sit inside of and read. We just try to keep it fun.
She makes the classroom exciting and fun by all the fun stuff that she has in here and by the games that she invents.
I'm Mr. Daniels. Nice to meet you, he says.
Amy has been at Hidden Forest Elementary for 11 years.
We're going to stop there.
And she's been teaching at Northeast ISD for 23 years.
Oh, yes. Here I am in 4th grade.
However, she reminds her students that she was in their shoes at one time, and she keeps her 4th grade picture handy to prove it.
I remember struggling as a student when I was in elementary school and thinking I don't want students to ever feel that way. So how can I make this something that will stick with them and that they have a good time doing? I don't think they would be learning anything if we weren't having a good time first.
Emily Mayfield, who nominated Amy Dodge, says what stands out to her about Mrs. Dodge is that she's always willing to go the extra mile for students, and she encourages and supports the new teachers coming in too.
She really points out their strengths because a lot of students have strengths in different areas, right? And she makes it to where they want to continue learning. So if it's something that they're really good at, she has them use that as an opportunity to teach other students. So I think that that's really important.
Where's Allie's teacher?
Congrats to Amy again. What's cool about being on that shoot when we were inside that classroom, You know, a lot of times when we come in with, you know, our camera and our equipment and, you know, and then people, a lot of kids, you know, it's normal to get distracted. And once they started with their lesson, all eyes were focused on the teacher. They forgot we were there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so hats off to you.
I like the exercise bike and the trampoline because fourth graders have a lot of energy, so she's able to channel some of that energy.
Yes, that's such a great idea.
Yeah.
She was saying, you know, as adults, we need a brain break every once in a while, and then we forget that the kiddos need it as well.
That's true.
Yes.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Yes, congrats. And if you'd like to nominate, you know, a teacher, an educator, there's that QR code on your screen. So a reminder, you know, we've had a lot of nominations in the past, and I think our team is kind of looking for new nominations. So, and this is just in case, like, you know, some of the teachers or educators who were nominated might have, you know, retired or they no longer work there. So if you still feel like your educator needs to be nominated, by all means, you know, look at this QR code right here.
Well, let's get them in because it's going to be May and June and summer break before we know it.
I know, it goes by really, really fast.
Thank you, Steph. 9:51, 58 degrees.
We'll be right back.
A landlord who refuses to make repairs, it's the subject of so many calls and emails we receive here at KSAT, but renters have recourse and rights. That's where we're breaking down in the latest episode of KSAT Explains what help renters can get right now for free, especially when it comes to tackling legal action if necessary.
A lot of folks that we hear from on the hotline would love nothing more than to move units, but they might not be able to afford another apartment at this time. They might not be able to afford the security deposit or first month's rent or even the application fees to move someplace else.
The steps you can take to get help right now, and the biggest mistakes renters often make trying to get their landlord to make repairs. All this in the latest episode of KSAT Explains. You can watch on the KSAT YouTube channel.
And there's been high water all morning in a lot of areas. Here at I-35 Salado Creek, that vehicle still stuck in the water. Yeah, there it is, stuck in the water. And you can see another police vehicle kind of standing by there at the scene right now.
Otherwise, wet roads in places like Tenna-Proban. Justin.
Yeah, the rain's coming down pretty heavily there. And I would just say the Salado Creek, just avoid it for the next 2 days until that water recedes because it is going to stay high. We see the rain coming down right now. There's another good downpour working its way through San Antonio. So downtown getting some heavy rain, I-37, I-10 area, and then up towards the Frost Bank Center, we're seeing some good heavy rain. This is working its way into Windcrest and eventually up to Schertz. In Cibolo area, expect some of that rain to start to move in. It's just east of downtown where the heaviest of the rain is right now. And as we look at the extended forecast, we'll talk about temperatures staying near 60 today, and then rain chances taper off tomorrow. So we'll get more sun, hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, and that will get our temperatures to be a little bit warmer. There we go. Saturday 65, Sunday 65 behind a cold front.
All right, we'll get through the rain before the weekend then.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Justin.
Have a great day.